Welcome to the What You Love About Gaming podcast. I'm your host, Adam Bongiovanni, and today's guest is a lover of retro games. He uploads and streams weekly, co-hosts a retro gaming and nostalgia podcast called The Weekly Warp Pipe,
What's up,
and he
everyone?
even
Welcome to
drives
the week.
a custom Super Mario
So here's
car.
my custom
It is
Super
Russ
Mario
Lyman.
Kart
Russ,
car. It
how
actually
you
makes
doing?
cool sound
Great.
effects.
Thanks for having me
Let's
on.
check
Yeah,
it out.
super excited and glad to be here.
Of course, no, we appreciate you. So, Russ, as I mentioned before, we don't like to waste time. It's a 10-minute show, so let's jump right into it. What is your favorite game of all time? And you got to choose one. I don't want two or three. I need one.
It teeters back and forth, but I'll commit to Super Mario World on Super Nintendo.
Ooh, so I feel like it's a classic, obviously. But
Right.
let's look at things from the other side of things. And look, we're trying to stir up a little controversy here. The podcast is new. We need views. So, what do you consider the most overrated game of all time?
Definitely going to turn some heads with this. It's on the N64.
Okay.
It's a Zelda game. Majora's Mask.
Russ, growing up in the 90s, I was born in 92. That was a huge staple to my childhood. But look, I respect your opinion, but I'm not going to lie. I did die a little inside when you said Majora's Mask. I did, just a little bit.
I did play it on the 3DS when they did the remake, so it should be,
Okay.
better controls, looks nicer, and I just didn't have a good time with it with the whole time restraints to get to this place to get this mask. I beat it. I'm done with it. I'm never going to play it again.
You beat it, so I feel like you had to enjoy it enough to beat it, or you just pushed through the pain to beat it. So either way, you finished the game. It shows your level of commitment for sure. So, okay, Super Mario, obviously huge part of your life. Obviously, said it's your favorite game of all time. Let's talk about your custom-made Super Mario car. And I'm not gonna lie, I just went to your Instagram, didn't think much of it, and then I saw the car.
So here's my custom Super Mario Kart car. It actually makes cool sound effects.
How did this come to be? I'm overwhelmed by how awesome it was.
I mean, to go as back as I was watching the Fast and Furious movies, and I was like, wow, customizing cars is like very cool. And I had just gotten a Scion car, and Scion was pushing like be yourself, make your own car. And I joined like a Scion car club that was nationwide called Psychotics. So we would do meetups once a month. And, I knew I kind of wanted to do a Nintendo theme because everyone at that time had like Xbox in their car, PS2. And I was like, no one's doing old school Nintendo. So I got the Nintendo hooked up in my car, but I needed something on the outside to tie it together. So with the version 1 had Mario throwing a fireball down. And then it kind of progressed from there. I enjoyed going to car shows. So I came out with version 2.0, had my friend Tom Ryan, who's an artist, make custom graphics for it. And we had Mario and Luigi throwing fire and ice. But I actually got into an accident, crashed the car, and I was okay. And I ended up buying the same exact car to remake it, version 3.0, which I have right now. And I actually have a Yoshi scooter as well.
Of course, you got the Wii wheel right here, which is epic. And you got Mario Kart playing, but these buttons here make custom sound effects. Check it out. Coin, warp pipe. That's a 1-up, and then you hit this guy.
It's me, Mario.
Let's go.
Okay, so how long did the process take to actually build the car?
So because I did it in the past, with the first one, when I got this new car, it took a couple months. I had the knowledge and some of the parts already. And of course, you're never done. It's a project car. You could always do more stuff to it.
So cool. And let's talk more. Okay, obviously you're a guy, you enjoy a good DIY project. So, and you mentioned your friend Tom, who also created these custom classic NES Blazers. Now, I'm a big sneaker guy, so seeing those, I feel like I'd probably wear them every day. I don't know if you do, but tell me more about those custom Blazers.
So this is a different friend, Tom, spelled Thom. So his name is Tom Bullman, and his company is Bull Air. So he has like a little Bull Air logo there. So he made this Nintendo jacket on the back. It's similar to Mario 3, but he has the bull horns on it.
His own touch. I love that.
Official game themed shoe tester. So Tom does custom shoes. I just pre-ordered. He did Nintendo themed shoes and other jackets too. I picked up a Doom jacket. Doom is definitely one of my favorite games, the old school Doom. So
that's so
got,
cool.
like the sleeve all done up and like the logo on the back. So I love these little bomber jackets. You can wear them to conventions and kind of show your love for the video games.
Well, I'm beyond impressed. One, with your collection, but also that the fact that you have two very creative friends named Tom. It's also look, the more Toms, the better, I guess. So
that's right.
Obviously you grew up on Mario, but what was the first game that you remember playing as a child?
So I got as a hand-me-down, an Atari 2600 from my cousin. So probably the first game I remember playing was either, Pac-Man or Moon Patrol. I know I put a lot of hours in. It was on a one of those TV carts, a metal cart. You had the TV on, the Atari under it with rickety wheels until my dad got me an NES, essentially.
And I feel like the NES, obviously, would you say it's your favorite gaming console of all time?
Yeah, I would say so. There's so many classic games on it. And they're still making games for it now. Like I just bought a new game in 2023 for the NES called Full Quiet. I've been streaming it on YouTube and people are like, "What is this game called? Like it looks amazing." And they put so much effort into it and you're like, "This came out on the actual NES. Like I got a cartridge and everything." And it's so cool that the community is still keeping this system alive.
I had no clue that people were still making games for the
Mhm.
NES. So that's
Oh
but I guess
yeah.
hey, look, you could it's you grow up with something. You could show it to your kids, and they could play the same games that you played growing up. I feel like that's really cool. It's like a full circle moment.
Right, absolutely.
So obviously we talked about Mario a bunch, but I need to know, okay, if you could choose your favorite gaming villain of all time, is it in the Mario universe? It's from another gaming universe. Who's your favorite gaming villain of all time?
Everyone probably would think Bowser, but I'd
Yeah.
probably go with Ganon. He's got a lot of different forms, and I feel like he's come, like in Ocarina of Time, he was just a guy. But if you're playing Zelda on NES, he's like this big guy, like so much like what happened to him, in the iterations of the different games, Calamity Ganon and like Breath of the Wild and all that. So, he takes a lot more forms, and Bowser's kind of always like the dragon breathing fire and stuff. So
So what you're saying, the hot take is Bowser could be replaceable. There's other Bowsers out there, you know? So the question we like to end with here and bring everything full circle. What does gaming mean to you? And I know it's a loaded question, but I want to know, what does gaming mean to Russ Lyman?
I play a lot of retro games, and it's like taking you back to that childhood, that sense of
Hmm.
nostalgia. Renting the games, just reliving your childhood. Essentially, you could pass it on to your kids. I just had a daughter in January, so
Oh,
I can't wait
congrats.
to thank you. I can't wait to show her, Nintendo and games. She hopped on a live stream with me while I was holding her, so
Oh,
starting her young.
I think it's fair to say that she's going to continue the Lyman Retro Gaming name on for a very, very long time. Russ, it's been an
Absolutely.
absolute pleasure to talk with you today. Where can people find you?
Yeah, if you guys just search Russ Lyman, that's Lyman. I got a YouTube channel there. Check out theweeklywarpipe.com. We do podcasts two times a week. And I got two other channels as well, so you could search those. I said everything comes up under my name, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, and all that jazz.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Russ, and we will see you guys next time.